I just got this comment on one of my posts and I'm going to share it with you guys in a second, but it is so concerning. Like, I am seriously worried for our generation. Basically, his comment was on a post where I talked about a woman who was paying $1,800 a month for housing, but only bringing in $2,000 a month from CPP. Basically, she was a stay-at-home mom. She didn't really have any savings or money of her own. And now that she is elderly, she's 71 years old, she doesn't even have money for food. And this comment seems to have pissed a lot of people off. And I totally understand why. However, I think there's some subtext going on here. And this is especially what I'm scared about. So basically, he says unpopular opinion, but I do believe in euthanasia. He's saying that the economy is crushing and there's not really a way out for most people, and inflation is going up and his spending's going to have to keep going up. And basically, he's saying voting isn't going to fix this. Then he goes on to say at 42 with an average income, if he decided to stick it out, he would be worse off than the woman that I talked about in the story. Then he ends this post with, there are some things worse than death. And I totally get the response that I'm seeing to his comment from other people where they're like, you're basically saying to unalive old people because they're poor. But what I am seeing when I read this is somebody who is deeply concerned and deeply scared about their financial future. And that hurts my heart. That makes me really sad that somebody, in their early 40s thinks that being unalived is going to be better than living the life that they are creating for themselves. And I get it. I see it every day. Okay. I see my DMs. I see my messages from you guys. Like, people are struggling right now. There is a housing affordability crisis. There's a cost of living crisis. Inflation is through the roof. The student loan. And I know it is so hard to feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel when it feels like everything is crashing down around you. What I want to say is, throughout history, okay, there have been events, there have been times where it too felt like everything was falling down around you, like the world was on fire, like nothing was ever going to get better. But these things come in waves, right? It's a pendulum. The market, the economy, it's a pendulum. It swings from really, really good to really, really bad, and it doesn't spend a lot of time in the middle. I hope you can take some solace in knowing that a pendulum keeps swinging. And if you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and you are concerned about your future, like, you still have time. We can't go back and change the past, but we can do something to change the future. And maybe it won't be everything that we need, but something is always better than nothing. I don't want you guys to get into this thinking of it's black or white, because there are shades of gray. Maybe to retire comfortably, you need to put away $200 a month, but you can't do that right now. You can only do 50. Does that mean that you shouldn't do it? No, do the 50, because the 50 means choices. The 50 means opportunities. The 50 means more freedom. And then once you do what you can, start learning about strategies that you can use to increase that. Ways to create more streams of income, ways to get your money working harder for you, ways to optimize your retirement accounts. I actually talk a lot about this stuff in my 30 days to 100K challenge. It's completely free. I go over ways to save more money without giving up what you love. Things like negotiating your rent with exact word for word scripts, okay? Negotiating your debt, negotiating your salary, saving on utilities, and then ways to grow that money and create that passive income so that you can work smarter and not harder. Please, if you take one message from this, do the thing that feels hard now to have an easier life later.